Can How are you doing, tarot fans? So it is Valentine's week, and I hope everyone is ready for the big day. I know it's a Hallmark holiday, but it still counts. So we are going to kick it off strong. I have lots of questions in the chat, and I'm going to bring up that card view. But before I do that, make sure that you book your holiday readings. If you want a Valentine reading, you better get it in quick. I've got one kid in band competitions. I've got the other one who is performing in her first ever play, and we've got a lot on our plate. So yikes. So, just an update on that. My son's competition got canceled because of crappy weather. So first competition did get canceled, but we have another one in town soon, and we're officially in competition season. So every weekend I'm going to be running around listening to a lot of drums. So be there or be square. So book your readings well in advance because I'm going to be tight this week. All right. So we're bringing up the card view. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your week. First question, Yarlini asked. Now, this wasn't on Mixtape Tarot. She didn't put it in those questions, but she asked, can I see if Jay-Z will go down in court and if Beyonce will be roped into the Diddy stuff? Crazy questions there. I'm going to move my desk down a little bit so I'm not stretching up here. So will Jay-Z see the inside of a courtroom? Oh, the magician. The magician says that he is going to be a little bit tricksy about that. So how's he going to be tricksy? The moon, he's got things going on, temperance behind the surface and the justice card in reverse. So I'm going to say no. He is going to slippity slide right out of that for now. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But for now, he is not connected to this whole situation. So that is a no. I think he's got friends in high places. So what about Beyonce? Oh, P.S. I'm still coughing, guys. So if I start coughing, I will stop my video. So will Beyonce get roped into any of the Diddy stuff? Let's see about that. 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups in reverse, 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups. They're going to try, but I don't think so. I don't think she's going to. I don't think that she is going to be involved. I think Raven thinks she's going to be involved, though. Situation averted. Just people on my front porch knocking on the door. So I think that she is well protected. They're going to try and tie her into the more, I know they weren't romantic, but the romantic components of it. And they're not going to be successful. They're also going to try and rope her into the substances. And I think they won't be successful either. I think there's going to be too many conflicting stories. Honestly, when you have a person like Beyonce, everybody wants to get in there, and then everybody was there, everybody was in the room, and it's just going to be very unrealistic. So I think that those two are positioned high enough that we're just not going to see anything happen. But who knows what may happen in the future. So we got a great question from DeLacy, which would be, hi, would this be the last for the Invictus Games? So we've already got, I'm not doing breaking news on Megan, but we've got them showing up. Megan is there. She wasn't planning on speaking in front of the mic, but she did anyway. So let's see. Is this going to be Megan's last Invictus? Let's see. Megan's last Invictus. This deck is not cooperating today. And it's the deck of the week. It'll be all warmed up by the end of the week. So, is this Megan's last Invictus? Oh! No, no. She's not leaving. You know what? I don't think they want her there. And she is not going to leave unless they pay her to leave. That's my opinion. So, Two of Cups here. She is embedded like a tick. The Six of Swords crossed with they want her to leave to go to sunnier shores, and she's refusing to do it. Queen of Swords, she's bad for business. She's bad messaging, bad for business. Four of Wands down here. This is not this is no place for you, algebra. This is not the right place for her. Two of Swords, she says, well, you can get me to leave, but I'm only going to go one way, and that's if I don't have to work anymore. So that's really, stopping the communication. It doesn't look like she'll leave and unless she's made to leave, and I don't think Harry's going to do that. So is this Harry's last Invictus? It's unlikely. If it's not his wife's last one, why would he be there? Oh, good God. What if something happened to him and she inherits it? Good Lord. Harry's last Invictus. Nope. This is, I think, the only thing this is the only thing that makes him happy right now. He doesn't want Megan there, though. Two of Wands in reverse, the Chariot, Three of Wands. He honestly thinks, and this is his disposition, he thinks that this is where he can rest his head. This is where he can hang up his hat. This is the place where he will be accepted. Now, is that true? I do think that they screen some of these champions that are coming in. I'm confident they wouldn't want anyone that was going to give him a hard time there. This Two of Cups, though, he wants to do it on his own. He doesn't want it to be a group project anymore. This Three of Wands is very interesting. 10 of Cups, he feels at home there. Three of Cups, he's excited. He has a good time when he's there. The Two of Wands, again, would like to separate church and state with Megan. This Three of Wands is kind of neat. That I think he may bring in another, maybe one or two more veterans that will work it with him. Now, I think that would be very interesting because we did see him at the last Invictus keep those veterans on the stage with him. And a lot of people thought that that was a shield so that he wouldn't get booed too badly. Sorry about that. I think it's going to be very interesting if he appoints kind of ambassadors to the Invictus Games. That would be very, very interesting, and I think very beneficial for him. So, not going anywhere. While we're at it, before I move off this question, it is currently Sunday night, 8:38 p.m. New York time. I have people watching the Super Bowl upstairs. That's why the dog was barking. I have zero interest in the Super Bowl. Zero. None. No interest in the Super Bowl. How is Harry feeling today? And don't worry, we're going to talk about Megan in the wheelchair this week. The Emperor in reverse, the Star, 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords. He is thinking about when he gets to do this by himself. That's what he's thinking about. Chariot, right now he's stuck. 5 of Wands has a lot of input. I don't think she has as much input as she would like. I think she's really been inserting herself into the planning of the games. I think he was doing a majority of the planning. Good for him. I still don't think he's the brightest bulb in the chandelier, but I think he really would like her not to be there at all. Did he ask her not to come? 10 of Pentacles. Now, that could be a no. That could be a no, I don't want you there. Or that could be I was afraid to ask her to not come because of the wrath of Megan. So, how is Megan feeling right now? The voices of the crowds are deafening. They just are not very kind to her. And I have moments where I feel bad for her. How's Megan feeling? Knight of Cups. She's upset. 5 of Pentacles. She's looking at her own press. 10 of Swords. I just can't do anything right, no matter what I do. 6 of Swords. Will she go home early? Will she go home early? That is an interesting card. 2 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is not in control of their emotions. They're freaking out all over the place. 6 of Cups is, I can't believe it's not as good as it was. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently, they're in a 2-story suite that's like $5,000 a night or $10,000 a night or something astronomical like that. Let me drink some water, guys. So I'm not going to be surprised if she leaves early. I'm saying it right now. I think she may leave a little bit early. I think it may be like Harry at the coronation, where he just gets in the car and scoots away. I think that may be the escape hatch. What can they do? Let's do a little yellow brick road for them. What can they do? What can they do to maximize this effort? I don't even know. Harry's on top. Sure, he's rarely on top. 5 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. He should be working with the veterans, working with the people to create more things in the future, to discuss. He should be brainstorming over breakfast with some of the other people that are involved in the administration of this, and talk to them about things they can do in the future, what they can do in the future. Invictus all year long is something that I think is going to come up. What can Megan do? Empress, 4 of Cups. Go back home. Like, that is a go back home card, series of cards. Empress, go to your children. I know, guys, don't say it. I'm going to see in the comments, what children? Go back to the children. Go rest your weary head and go lock in at home. That's really what she should do. I've been saying this for weeks. She's not listening. Apparently, she's not a fan. So, all right. So there's going to be plenty more on Harry and Meghan all week. I am going to be covering them plenty more. Oh gosh, I really have like no makeup on today. I have like bare minimum makeup, so a little scary. Sorry guys, I'm not as glam as I usually am. So all right, we're going to filter over to the next question, but rest assured I'm going to be talking about Harry and Meghan all week. It's Invictus. There's going to be a lot of news. We'll have breaking news. I'm bringing back the psychic news report, breaking newscasts. I already talked to my good friend Deb. She may show up on a couple of them. And my girlfriend Shelly just got certified in numerology, so I may bring her on board too. So, all right, we'll switch this up and get to our next question. So this is a little dovetail on my readings last week on JFK, RFK Jr., and the kerfuffle he had with Carolyn Kennedy, his cousin. So this is from PPC at CS6HN. Really difficult name. Sounds like a planet. It would be interesting to hear a reading on Jack Schlossberg as a potential presidential candidate. And is that what Carolyn has in mind? So just to remind you guys, if you didn't see that reading, Jack Schlossberg, who is Carolyn Kennedy's son, the grandson of JFK, he made fun of RFK's disability, and an extensive TikTok apparently, or Instagram post, and it was quite despicable. So and Carolyn obviously had done a 7-minute video on why RFK Jr. is not suitable for government or anything else. She was pretty terrible about that. Does Carolyn intend for her son Jack to become presidential candidate? No, I don't think so. No, not at all. No, that is not her goal for him. Let's do a quick read on Jack Schlossberg. Having political influence, that's something he wants to do. So he would like for the world to see Jack Kennedy Schlossberg. As you know, his grandfather is called Jack. Jack Kennedy's Schlossberg. I don't know if that's his real name, but I'm sure it would be at some point. He does not have the I don't want to say the grit, but the discipline in order to do something like that. Now, I don't know what he does in his day-to-day. I don't know if he's a consultant, if he's an accountant, if he's a numbers guy, if he's a painter, baker, candlestick maker. I don't know what he does. After seeing that video, I don't care what he does. I think he's a terrible person. So I think he would like to work in the background and be soft power as opposed to overt in the front power. And I think more of what his great grandfather did. I think more of what RFK and JFK's father did is what he wants. He wants to pull strings behind the scenes, which is a little creepy. He doesn't want to be seen as the man with the power, but he wants to have the power. But I don't think that he has the charm or the charisma, the riz. He doesn't have the riz. Oh my God, is that where riz came from? Is it from charisma? Holy crap. I didn't even know that. Look at how old I am. I was this old when I found out charisma and riz were the same thing. So I just don't think that he is interested in overt power, which makes him a little bit scarier. Makes him a little bit scarier on that. So good question. Good question that turned into something else. Wild. Sorry, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to find another question. All right, so this goes back to my 2 for Tuesday, which was last week. It was Melania Trump versus The View and Sunny Hostin. This question was born of the Sunny Hostin reading, and it was, what does Sunny know about her husband's RICO lawsuit? Does she know anything? Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands, Fool in reverse, the Hermit, the Emperor in reverse. I don't think she knows enough. So the nice thing is that you don't have to testify against your spouse in the United States in most cases. But I don't think she really knows that much. I think there were other people that were involved in that. I think she was doing her own thing, and she can say she didn't know anything. She's not on the inner spin on this. But what is going to happen is she's going to be a little bit emotional about it. She's going to have a very emotional reaction to it when and if she is questioned about this. So if anything comes out in the press, or if she's asked, even if Oh, sorry guys. Even in closed quarters. This is late for me. 8:50 at night is late for me. I'd go to bed at 6 o'clock if I could every night. So I do think that she'll be a bit emotional about it, and I think that that's going to make people think that she knows more. So defending that, my husband is innocent. I think we're going to see some of that. So we do have a second question on this too, and this is from Pumpkin Pie. Pumpkin Pie, hello. Nice, cute little name you have there. Is Disney ever going to cancel The View? Let's see what we've got. Is Disney ever going to cancel The View? Magician in reverse, Three of Cups, Temperance in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the High Priestess up ahead. So, I don't think they will for this reason. It generates so much buzz. Now, that being said, if there is this lawsuit, and again, I want to stress the lawsuit that everybody was buzzing about last week about Melania Trump winning $90 million or $900 million or something crazy like that. I couldn't find any reliable resources on that. I don't know if that is actually really true. If The View starts to lose money like that, if they start to lose really big money, if Temperance, the balance is off, then, we have some things that are hidden here in the future. They'll have to deal with those items in the future as information becomes available, as it's handed to them. I think having the rotating seats is more beneficial to them. So, they had that one conservative gal who left in tears, and then they replaced her with somebody else, and now it's just kind of an echo chamber. I think having these different voices, having these different guests on, I really do think it's their wheelhouse. And I think as long as people are talking about it and they're not being sued, they'll keep it around. Are people thinking about getting rid of it? Yeah. Yeah. People are thinking about retooling it, not necessarily getting rid of it, but maybe retooling it a little. I don't think they will ever put a muzzle on Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny Hostin for that matter. I don't think that they ever want to bridle them and have them not talk. I think that is what has made the show what it is. And that's what's gotten people, talking and chatting about this. So, do I see them getting rid of it? We'll do one card for this. Ever? It's the Eight of Swords. It's, if it becomes too much, they'll have to get rid of it. If the heat becomes too much, they will have to get rid of it. So, so we'll see. Marnie Hall. Marnie, you are a favorite of mine. I'm a fan. Apparently, a new Netflix trailer has been released for a show starring Amy Schumer called Kinda Pregnant. Is it inspired by the Montecito Fair? And if so, what is the motivation behind it? All right, topical, snarky, attacking, question mark. So, all right, is Amy Schumer's show? So basically, it's my understanding the show is a woman who figures out that you get a lot of attention when you're pregnant, and so she fakes a pregnancy. So she's kind of pregnant. So is it based on the Montecito Fair? That's a yes card. That's a yes card. This is a yes card. What is the motivation? What's Amy Schumer's motivation? High Priestess, Devil in Reverse, the Magician. So, all right. So this is what it was about. So Amy Schumer, though I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan. But Amy Schumer said this is, the secret that no one is talking about. Like this is everyone's looking at it and walking past it. The emperor wears no clothes. She has no skin in the game. She doesn't have anything to lose. What is Sorry guys. So basically Amy Schumer is upset that Megan came in and expected everyone to be her BFF. They were all going to braid each other's hair, have a great time, hang out, go to all the wild parties together. But the reality is that they didn't bring anything to the table other than entertain us. That was really what they were saying, was entertain us. We're here, entertain us, fet us, not the other way around. And people in Hollywood don't necessarily want two more guests. They want to be invited to all these splashy, fun parties. They also, because they were saying Megan was going to produce all this great stuff, she was going to do all these amazing things. Amy Schumer's like, she was a big bag of nothing. And I don't know if there's any history between the two of them. Let's take a look. Amy Schumer, does she know Meghan Markle? Does she have the measure of her from a personal experience? I don't think that there's any personal experience there. I think Amy Schumer has kind of the same attitude that I have, which is this is every failed actress in Hollywood. Meghan Markle is every girl who couldn't act, dance, be pretty enough to model is Meghan Markle trying to finagle her way into celebrity and into money. And I think Amy Schumer thinks it's, farcical. So is the show based on the rumors that we have been hearing? Yes. Yes, I do think it is. Does Amy Schumer think that Meghan Markle is a dislikable person? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, guys. So this is a little bit more of a serious question. So Janet Battersby, love the last name Battersby. One of my favorite clients when I was working with attorneys, last name was Battersby. I loved him. He was such a great client. Worried about the tariff wars. Canada, hopefully a financial disaster can be avoided for both countries. What do I see around this? So let's see the tariff wars. How are they going to affect Canada? Well, before I do that, tariff wars, are they real? Are they real? Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Hierophant, King of Swords in reverse, the Emperor, Six of Swords. So I think that these tariff threats from Trump are not exactly what he expects to happen. What I think he's doing is he's using them for bargaining and leverage. So is it always going to be a 25% tariff? I don't think so. I think it's going to be bargaining and leverage for other trades and means. So, and this reading says that. So I wouldn't panic outright. This is a way to, and I know we had the North American Trade Agreement and all that stuff. This is a way to fatten up the taxes or tariffs that are on products that come into the United States. I don't think that Mexico and Canada are his focus. I think the focus is other countries like China, who's mass producing everything that we buy off of Amazon. So I think that that is really where he's going. Six of Swords, we're coming out of kerfuffle waters, going into smooth. He is not trying to be the emperor of the world. He is really trying to be the negotiator of the world. So here we'll be cutting them. The Hierophant is going to say, look, we had some rules before. We need to create new ones. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles. He's going to be generous with our neighbors. Two of Wands, but it's a give and take. It is a give and take situation. So, ultimately, do we go through with tariffs for Canada? Three of Pentacles, Prince of Wands, the Hanged One. I think we do have a tariff situation for a bit, but I don't think it's going to be as high as what he said, but I think it's going to be higher than what it was. So this is, classic negotiating. I don't want to pay $10,000. I want to pay $5,000. Well, will you pay $9.5? No, I'm going to pay $6.25. No, how about $7? Well, $7 feels better. How about $7.5? We're just, it's going back and forth on this. Do I think that Trump wants to fund the United States through tariffs? Yes, I do. I think he wants to go back to the the early 20th century, end of the 19th century practices. So I think he does want to do that. Will he be successful at that? I don't know. I don't know if he will be. But I am coughing my brains out, so I am going to make an appointment with the doctor tomorrow. But guys, I will have plenty of stuff for you coming up this week. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Invictus all week long. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of content there. But until then, I want you guys to sit tight and stick around for 2 for Tuesday. We'll have that coming up. We've got Teaspoon of Tarot all week. We've got sales. We've got Valentine's Day. We've got the opening night of my daughter's play. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So I will see all of you in the future.